Hey guys, it's day 2 of boot camp. You'll actually get a little bonus video on the end of this. My 4-year-old was over here earlier and we made a one shot of the video. And then I decided I should probably do my own little video and then add him on at the end where you can see how much help a 4-year-old is in building models. Today's questions are, why did I pick my project? What got me interested in that? And I picked the two that I got because one, for this one's Nagash, and again you can see how awesomely cool. This is going to be a huge model too. But reading the End Times books really got me into Nagash because he's an interesting character. He is of course absolute and pure evil, but not in the sense that, say, the Chaos Gods are evil. They're evil just because, for the fun of it. They like to break things because they want them broken. Nagash is evil in the sense that he doesn't care who dies as long as he gets his way. So he's like a giant 2-year-old. But, the whole reason that the Tomb Kings, if I read the fluff right, the whole reason that the Tomb Kings are undead is because Nagash killed everyone with a great and powerful spell, and then right in his moment of triumph he got assassinated by somebody else. And through his own machinations he turned the Tomb kingdoms into walking undiable undead. Which, that's pretty interesting. And necromancers have always had, they're the only bad faction that I've ever been interested in. When I first got into fantasy, I built a dwarf army, but I really wanted to build a vampire counts army. But I was in an escalation league, and somebody else had already picked the vampire counts, and I didn't want to pick something that somebody else had already chosen. And so I almost picked the Tomb Kings because that one, ogres and dwarves, had not been picked. And so my two favorites were ogres and the Tomb Kings, and so of course I picked the dwarves. I have no regrets. I do love my underground dwellers, but But that's how I picked my project. There we go. Got that little piece off. And I completely forgot the other pieces to the questions. Luckily, I have them saved here on ye old telling phone. But yeah, the Nagash is what it was from the End Times, and also King Leonincourt, the Bretonnian king, as I shall call him, since I can't do the French word right. He's also from the End Times. That's why I grew interested in him, because he plays a really, really heroic, almost Fingolfin-y part in the End Times. And there we go. There's the other questions. And I don't want to spoil it if you're reading the End Times books, but his big battle in Averheim, the Empire capital city, Altdorf. There we go. His big battle is what allows the city to have a modicum of rescue, have a chance of not being completely subsumed by the demons. And it's bright, it's noble, it's the paladin. I mean, it's a Bretonnian paladin all the way, and paladins to me are awesome. But let's see, what is motivating me? One thing that's motivating me is I like to paint cool models. So here's the giant cool model. Another thing that motivates me is that I bought that Bretonnian king model from the 80s. So I want to paint it, and this is as good a chance as any to paint it. If I wait until I get all my other projects done, my kids will be looking for colleges by the time that I can get around to it, and I don't want to wait that long. And since I'm the one who's in charge of my hobbying, I get to pick and do what I want to. Ha ha ha. Except when my wife says I can't get any new models, because we all know who's in charge there. What will happen to your models as the project wraps up? These guys are actually both going to hit the model display shelf I have in my office. Actually don't have very many awesome models there, because a lot of the ones that I've painted and finished that I think are good are in my playing armies, my Grey Knights, or my actually most of the models that I really like are in the Grey Knights, just because that's the army that I have painted the most on and gotten to the highest level of completion. But I do have some Lord of the Rings models that are sitting on the shelf because it was the Games Workshop's Lord of the Rings line that got me into miniatures, because they had Elendil. I mean, how could you not want to buy and paint Elendil? Elendil the Tall, even though he's only 25 millimeters. And as you can see, you can guess I am quite the Tolkien fanatic, as I would guess many people my age are. There we go. But that's it for day 2 boot camp, I guess. Hey, I'm Nagash. I'm quite dead. I don't want to go on the cart. But I've been looking through some of the other people's videos. They look really nice. These projects are going to be really good. And that was one thing that from the July painting challenge of last year that really made me excited for the May painting challenge this year. One, it's earlier and I'll have to wait till July. But two, just seeing everybody else's progress and realizing that some of the things that I struggle with, other modelers struggle with too, such as finding time to paint, getting the paint scheme exactly the way you want it to be. And my eternal struggle is these stupid mold lines. I am horrible at getting these things off. I even use those little sanding files and whatnot to get things done. And every time when I start painting, I'm like, oh look, there's a whole bunch of mold lines that I completely missed. Oh well, anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and stay tuned if you wish to see a 4-year-old's interpretation of a video camera and how cool it is that if you look at the camera while it's filming you, the perspective is reversed. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can you talk a little bit more?
Hello.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
We're building models.
We're building models. What's the model that Daddy is? What's it a model of?
The scary, spooky, scary skeleton. Spooky, scary skeleton model.
It is a spooky, scary skeleton model. Can you say Nagash?
Nagash.
That's the bad guy, isn't it?
That one of me is not tipping this way, it's this head.
He is tipping a little bit off the other way, isn't he? Is that better where you're in the middle? Yeah, it looks like you're tipping backwards and forwards, doesn't it?
I'm tipping backwards. I'm tipping backwards. I'm tipping backwards. I'm tipping backwards. This used to be the right. No, this is the left.
That is the left, correct.
But this used to be the right.
It is the right.
But that.
Remember, it's reversed, so the right looks like the left and the left looks like the right.
Oh.
Is that kind of silly?
Yes. It usually right looks like the right, and the left looks like the left.
There you go.
But the middle looks like the middle. The middle looks like the middle to me.
Okay, can Daddy talk a little bit now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Daddy's building his skeleton man.
Yeah.
And Daddy's big. Let's see, my question for today is, why did you decide on your project? And I picked my project because I liked the 2 models that I picked. One was to get one done, and the other one is big, giant, spooky skeleton man, isn't it?
Yes. And what about when I'm 5? I can play tanks with you.
When you get older, we can play tanks together. Yes, we'll get some tanks for you to build and to paint too. Would that be fun?
Yes. We could play with your big red tank for playing modeling day at the model playing store.
Yeah, the second part of my question. Do you want to be ready to help Daddy answer it?
Yeah.
It says, what is my motivation for painting my model? And Daddy just likes to paint, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen to Daddy's models when he's finished? Where are they going to go?
In your box.
In a box, or am I going to put it up on a shelf?
Shelf.
Yep, Daddy will put them on a shelf. They'll go onto the model shelf. That'll be fun, won't it be?
It will be very boring to me.
It'll be very boring to you.
It was pointing to this side.
Ah.
It was actually pointing to this side.
It's very confusing. Can you tell everybody bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Say go. Can you say go War Boss Tay?
Go Boss K.
There we go. Say wait bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.